Hello, Eric. Good. We're gonna start soon. Just gonna wait for a few more people, uh, but it's recorded anyway. So the purpose of this webinar was really just to keep things really simple. Hopefully, I was going to get some brand new people because I had some quite a lot of questions from people saying that they needed some help or getting set up and that sort of thing. So I just thought a good topic for the webinar would be just to help people get set up really. So it might be just a simple go through, the steps, sort of a bird's eye view, tell people where to focus on. The important thing would be to encourage people to just go through the videos so they can get set up. I've changed quite a few things, obviously, because we've added stuff. But I know it's a lot for some people. People get overwhelmed when they join a new system. So I didn't want to make this webinar too long, and certainly not too complicated, and I definitely don't want to make it too technical either. So I'm not gonna make it just hold a lot of hard work for new people, basically. So I'm recording the webinar, and we'll have it as a replay. I think it's 9 p.m. United States in New York, I suppose, in Eastern time zone. It's 10 a.m. my time here in Japan, and it's a bit late for those in Europe and obviously in the UK. So anyway, I know there are not many people in here at the moment, but I'm just gonna continue as if there are a whole bunch of people, because I know that this will be watched anyway in the replay. So anyway, my name is Edward Keats, and I know some of you know who I am, obviously, and you've seen me in the group. I'm the admin and co-founder. So basically, I've been online. Just got to talk a little bit about my background for the people who don't know. So my background is I've been in Japan for about almost 17, 18 years. I've been in Asia for over 20 years. Spent about 5 years in Hong Kong. When I left college, I wanted to become a chef. Dare I say chef? I never got to being a chef, but I became a cook. And I wanted to travel. I wanted to go around the world. Before Hong Kong, I was in various other countries. Did some work in various places. I was in France. The first country I went to after getting trained as a cook. I went to France, worked in a place called Chamonix, which is in the French Alps. I love skiing. And after that, I immediately went out to Belize, El Salvador, Honduras, Guatemala, Mexico in 1995, where I went with the Camel Trophy, if anyone knows what the Camel Trophy. I was just a staff. I wasn't on the event itself. It's a Land Rover event, and they did a full rally around those 5 nations. That was in Munda Maya, 95, if you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so I was one of the staff, and I was helping set up the marquees and everything in the jungle out in Belize, which was a lot of fun, and helping with the catering and stuff like that. Then immediately after that, I went up to the United States, spent all my money I earned on Camel Trophy, traveling around the United States. So I started off went through Mexico, started off in San Antonio, and bought a car in San Antonio, Delta 88 Oldsmobile. So we bought the car, and 5 of us, 5 British drunkard people. We were in our 20s at the time, so we were just going up there to have some fun. And then we just drove around, and we went to Nevada, you know, right across towards the west and went up the west coast up towards Portland, Oregon, and then went around the top. Saw Yellowstone, and we did bungee jumping, skydiving along the way. We did quad biking on the Oregon sand dunes, and it was amazing. It was fantastic. And then we went around the top, and then we came back down into New York, and we ended up selling the Delta 8 Oldsmobile car in Harlem, which we shouldn't have been there. Some old guy said, you guys shouldn't be here. We had no idea what he was talking about, but we managed to sell the car, and we left after spending about 2 months in the United States. And then I had a lecture from my father saying I should have put the money in the bank. But we spent it all in the United States and had an excellent time. Anyway, after that, I decided to knuckle down and become a better cook. So I went to work in a few hotels in the catering industry. And soon after that, I got itchy feet again and decided to go out to Hong Kong. So I spent about 5 years in Hong Kong. My initial plan was just to stay there because for the British people, we have a, you know, obviously British passport, and back then it was before the handover back to China. So we could go to Hong Kong and get a job. And that's what I decided to do. So I was only intending to, that was in 1996. So handover back to China was in 97. So I was only planning on staying about a year, but I ended up staying 5 years because it was a lot of fun. But then after the handover, they couldn't give me the visa as a cook because I hadn't sort of progressed my way up, so that they, you know, said, we can't give you the visa. So I decided to become an English teacher because nobody could take that job away from me. You know, my mum taught me English and I can teach it. I can't teach spelling or grammar or anything like that, but I can teach how to speak English. So that's what I've been doing for the last 20 years or whatever. I don't do a lot of it now, but I spent all those years. I spent after Hong Kong, I came to Japan and then been teaching English in Japan for about 15 years, I suppose. In the last 3 years, I haven't done a lot of English teaching. Last year, I went through a bit of a negative time with my ex-wife, and then we divorced. But you know, all good now. I'm back in Japan. Spent part of last year back in the UK after the divorce. But I know that I realize now that was a huge mistake, but my head wasn't focused properly. So now I'm back in Japan. I wanted to be close to my kids. I've got 2 beautiful little daughters, and we're close, and I get to see them twice a week, which is wonderful. Anyway, so that's a little bit about me. But you know, with regards to my online stuff, I've been working online off and on for the last 10 years. And then in the last 3 years, I've generated quite a reasonable amount of success. You know, I've certainly generated a decent amount of income that helps with my current situation, which is nice. And I've been plugging away. You know, I haven't really done anything fancy particularly. I just keep plugging away. I know I set up some nice systems and stuff and brandable systems, but I really do it simply because I know what I need personally. Therefore, I would rather create it once so that all my team can use it, brand it, and do what I do. So, you know, it's all about duplication in this industry. If it works for me, using the tools that I create for myself, then I'm going to make it, you know, just work smart and make it so it's available to everyone, regardless of their technical knowledge and skills and background and so on. So that's what we've got. You know, over the years of being online and creating my own systems, I've developed up to the point where we're now using a system called Network Solutions Pro, which is where, you know, you're all a member of. So welcome aboard. Network Solutions Pro is what it is. It's what it's built up to. I've built up systems prior to the Network Solutions Pro. Some of you already know. My previous system was the Viral Team Builder. Quite similar, but certain differences I've learnt through error and, you know, experience and so on. So, you know, let's get started. So anyway, welcome guys. I know we don't have a huge amount of people in here, but it's going to be recorded, so everyone's going to have a chance to see this. So I want to get, you know, particularly the new people set up in Network Solutions Pro and talk about what we've added in there in the last 2 weeks. basically. So, I'm sorry that we hadn't had a webinar for the last 2 weeks because a lot has happened. So I'm going to share my screen and just log into Network Solutions Pro. Hold on a minute. By the way, I mean, at any point in time, if anyone has any questions, by all means, send them in the chat. I might not answer. I might not reply to that chat immediately, but I'll certainly have a look at it. And probably towards the end, I might have a question and answer session. Okay, so let's begin. If at any point in time you can't hear me or it's not clear or you can't see my screen, just post a message in the chat. Yeah, it should be right down at the bottom. You can mouse over some of the controls and you'll see where to post in a chat. So anyway, so I'm going to log into a demo account. This is a free members account. I don't use it particularly, but I just want to show the importance of how to get set up. So a lot of members are saying to me that they can't log in for some reason. Now, either you're at this page, which is the login page, or you might be at a page that looks like this. So you can either log in using this page that you've probably seen, or obviously a page here, like this. So the reason, in most cases, when I reach out to people and tell them the reason why they couldn't log in is because in most cases they're thinking that they should be logged in using their username, when in fact the purpose of the username is for your pages, for your branded pages. They just get added to the end of the page so it's your page, for example. But to log in, as it says on the form, it says email, but you're probably not seeing the word email because it's already filled in with an email address, or maybe it's not. Maybe it's filled in with your username automatically because maybe you're using a system such as LastPass, which is a password memory system, and maybe it automatically added it or whatever. Maybe your browser just memorized the wrong information and that's why you weren't able to log in. So make sure that you've got your email address and use the very same email address you used when you signed up. Okay, I'm just going to log in. So when you log in, there's usually a pop-up window, and if it doesn't come up, it's simply because it doesn't come up every time. If you completely close your browser and then re-log back in, then you'll see it pop up. But it's not such a big deal. There's just a welcome video, and it doesn't go through into a huge amount. You won't miss much. You'll get the same kind of information on the first video there. So let me just give you a sort of a bird's eye view of what you're needing to do, without having to go through all the steps. So the step one is basically talking about, encouraging you to consider checking out your sponsor's business. Your sponsor branded this step and put their own primary business of whatever they're promoting into this step, so that when you click that, it's branded to them, and then you'll always see their business. You can change this up anytime you want. You just simply go into the profile settings right here on the left-hand side, and put in your business link right there. It has to be the full URL, starting with the HTTP. I've seen members put in www and they wondered why it didn't work. You've got to put in the full URL. If it's HTTPS, to put in that. If it's HTTP, whatever, and put in that. Just put the full URL into that, so that we know where to send traffic. So your leads that come through, they will know where to send it to your link. The other thing it talks about is making sure that you get set up with clicking this picture here, and then you can upload a JPEG. It's got to be a JPEG, as it says here, and don't make it too big. I've had members saying that they probably took a picture of using their really advanced digital camera, latest whatever, and they can't upload it because it's like 300 or 5,000 pixels or whatever. So it doesn't upload. You don't need a big one because you're only ever going to see it small like this. So you don't need it big. Make sure it's small and make sure it's saved as a JPEG, and then you'll be able to see that. And if it doesn't upload and you can't see it immediately, it's probably because your browser has been cached with the old image or whatever. So you can either clear your browser cache or completely close your browser, and it should work. But don't worry about it. Your users will see it, even if you can't. And also in the step 1, we talk about making sure that you get set up as much as you can, at least with the personal information. So your name will be appeared, as it says here, on some of the capture pages, just sort of for branding purpose. It makes you look good. The whole purpose of this system is it brands you, it makes you look good. There are a few capture pages that might even have your phone number on there and your email address. But if you're not sharing those out, nobody will see them. Okay, the only way that people actually see that information is if you actually intend to share out that particular page. Otherwise, people are never going to see that. So again, it's really up to you what you put here. But you know, I have never really had any complaints saying that, you know, I don't want my information shown. But that's really the purpose of this system. I know, you know, I know we're working with people in our space who are internet marketers. I know we're trying to be business people here. So I don't think on the whole it should be a problem. But you know, I'm just trying to tell you exactly what we're doing here. So you probably, you can fill in things like the Facebook information there. There's not really much where, you know, we're not really sharing, we're not doing anything with that field at the moment in any of the emails or anything like that. Because I know that some people haven't added that in there. And if I added this branding thing here into some of the email follow-up messages and stuff, it would look a bit strange if not everyone was filling that in. You know, it would say like, you know, get in touch with me on Facebook. Here's my Facebook URL, and there's nothing there. So I haven't set anything here. So for that purpose, but I know that everyone is going to have their email address added here. So that's why I've added that as a brander in some of the email follow-up messages, so that your leads will see that as a way to contact and reach out to you. Okay. And also I haven't used Skype in any of the branding inside the system, or Twitter. We'll talk about the rest of this stuff here, and just ignore, these are old programs that we've had in previously. So just ignore those. And down here it says double opt-in. This means that if a lead wants to join your mailing list through your capture page, then they have to, they'll get an email first saying, you know, confirm you're wanting to get in, basically. You've probably seen this. You've probably come across this. You can switch that to on. That means that they have to confirm it twice. For security purposes. It's really up to you. I've got this set to off, but again, this drop-down box doesn't show, you know, if you've set it to on and then you click save and then you come back here, it'll say off. The reason for that, I know it's confusing, I'm sorry about that, but the reason for that is because the drop-down box automatically defaults to the top item in the list, but it's actually set to on, so don't worry about it. You can just ignore this. This is not really important. I'll show you where all the capture pages are. And you could set this to on and then put another email address. This is for, you know, getting information sent to you when someone joins you, basically. I didn't actually go through all that detail that much in the first video. So this really just helps people to get set up on, you know, the main aspects of the profile and the picture, and get onto your sponsor's business, consider that, and also brand it. So step 2 talks about obviously Dascoin, and it has a video and where to find the Dascoin setup step here, okay, which is right on the left-hand side. But I just wanted to make it kind of easy for people when they come through this and they're looking for specific things, they can immediately see where everything is at a glance, and then go straight there if they need to. My advice is just to go through step by step, but you know, some people might be specifically interested in Dascoin and they're looking for the Dascoin system. They'll watch this video, they can click this, and they'll go, they'll join under their sponsor right there, which is branded to them. Then by watching this video, they'll learn where the setup the Dascoin business is, and they'll be able to watch the information about what Dascoin is and so on. And the same for FutureNet, exactly the same for FutureNet, because in the last 2 weeks we've obviously added FutureNet in there. so you can watch the videos here and then learn where the FutureNet setup is right here. Set up your FutureNet business in there. And then the final step is obviously traffic. You need traffic. You know, there's no point in getting completely set up in all this and branding yourself if you're not going to end up getting eyeballs onto your pages. You know, what would be the point in that? So, you know, we want you to not only have a way of generating an unlimited supply of traffic for life, but obviously, you know, without the monthly fees. But we want to give you an opportunity to actually make some money as well. So that's why we've added this as a brand step, because this company gives you 100% commissions, so that you get direct payments into Bitcoin. It just covers your costs. You know, that's why we're adding these things in here. It's not just about multiple streams of income for your safety, you know, in case, you know, something goes down. I have no, you know, I believe there's no reason why Dascoin or FutureNet is going to go down particularly, but nobody knows what's going to happen in the future. So, you know, we've got a multi-stream system set up here. It's fully managed. We're working with great companies. I've been with Dascoin for over a year prior to even adding it into this system. So I've been working with my team, my upline. I've built over a team of over 300 people even before I added it in here. So I'm very sure, you know, with what's going on with Dascoin, there's absolutely no problems there. And obviously FutureNet, I've been involved in FutureNet for over 2 years now, joined in March 2016, and it's just been continuously paying. So we know that there are not any problems there. And same with leased ad space, which is step 4. It's a great traffic program. It is good traffic. You know, you're dealing with real people. And let me just say, you'll probably go for days and days and days without getting someone to opt into your mailing list. Let me just be honest here. However, you know, you've got plenty of time. You know, this is for life, you know. So I mix a lot of traffic sources up. That's why we've got a lot of traffic members' traffic reports in here. So I mix a lot of resources up. I always want to get eyeballs onto my pages, period. You know, I don't focus on one traffic source, but this is a great source because unlike a lot of the other traffic sources we have here, they cost a lot more money because, you know, every single blast you post out onto to a typical solo ad, or, you know, if you're paying for traffic, you're just paying for it each time you're paying for it ongoing. And, you know, without you knowing, you suddenly, you know, whiz up your prices, your costs. And I'm easily spending over $500 a month on traffic, paid traffic. But with this, you don't get the monthly fees. It's just ongoing. Now, obviously the lower packages don't allow you to post out regularly, but you can increase your credits by watching some of the emails coming in, and then you just click the button, click the link, and you can earn credits. Same, you know, when you go around people's blogs or you check out some of the business posts on the board, you can earn credit. So, you know, that helps. But all in all, it's a great platform to be a part of. There's a lot of people in our space actually using it. And my advice is, guys, don't post your primary business if it's, you know, if it costs a bit of money to get involved. If, you know, people are not really looking for somebody else's business, they're already posting their own businesses on there. But if you can deliver tools or training or value posts, or, you know, or solo ads, or some, you know, you can do banner ads, you can do text ads, you can do a number of different things on there. But my advice is just to consider using, for example, Network Solutions Pro, because it's a free tool system. You know, people can brand their links. It's free. You know, a lot of people could use a system like this. So that's the kind of thing that people are looking for, or anything that, you know, just think about the stuff that you need in order to build your business. Okay, don't think about income opportunities necessarily, unless they're easy to set up or they're just, you know, a quick, simple thing. You know, I see some, you know, people promoting PayPal things or whatever. I haven't looked at those things, but maybe it's an easy system to set up so you can just promote that kind of stuff on leased ad space. But my advice, I personally prefer to promote tools and value and stuff like that is easy to set up, free to join, whatever. Just to lure people onto your mailing list. But when I say lure, I don't mean in a bad way. I mean, you know, you're providing quality value. That's where people are going to take action on a system like this. because let's face it, they don't even know who you are, and they see a lot of offers on there. So that's just my advice there, really. Somebody posted a chat message. I don't think Carl is going to hear this message, but I'll send a text chat to him later. Okay, anyway, so guys, that's really the setup steps, really, you know, and people ask me, is everything mandatory to set up? The answer is simple. The simple answer is no. Everything is, you know, there's nothing out there that's mandatory. There's nothing out there that you have to do. I'm not your boss or anything. I'm not telling you have to do this. You don't have to join Dascoin. You don't have to join FutureNet, and you don't have to join leased ad space for the traffic. But obviously, you know, I tell people there are consequences if you don't decide to join. It's up to you. And I think the consequences are just plain obvious. You know, if you don't join and you're promoting Network Solutions Pro, people are going to come through the funnels, and they're going to join under someone else and not you, because obviously you can't get paid from any of these companies if you're not involved in them. So it's as simple as that, really. That's really the way it is. So no, the answer is you don't have to join all these companies, but you know, it's just completely up to you. Now, in the last few weeks, we've added a few things, like obviously the FutureNet has been added, the FutureNet system. So what I've basically added is I've added an intro video that I posted here just to help people to understand what they need to be focusing on. And you've got Success System 1, 2, and 3. These videos are not that long. They're less than about 10 minutes. Then that just shows you what FutureNet is and how you can work with it, basically. And then this video down here tells people how to brand this step. So you just simply put in your FutureNet username in here, and you click save, and it tells you it's saved. And then all these funnels are then branded to you. So we've added these funnels in for FutureNet. We might add some more. I'm all about, you know, trying to provide fresh content, so people out there, you know, just continue to get curious about what it is you're promoting. And then we got the landing page there, and then training. So just like the Dascoin setup process, it's just got how to get set up, your links to promote, your landing page, and training, basically. I've also added in banners for both companies, so you can promote using your banners. I'm going to be adding more banners in there, especially banners that support leased ad space for, you know, specific sizes. So you'll be able to have a tab where it has specific sizes where you can use to post onto post onto leased ad space. So we've got some FutureNet ads here. Some of them we've had it for a while. We've had for a while. We just added back in there, and others are reasonably new, so they're there. And also we've, oops, what have I done there? What we've also done is I've also added in follow-up messages as well. Just going to log out of here and just show you. So the messages that we've added. Not sure if you can see it properly, but anyway. So the default messages that go out, which is the active leads. If you're not following on here, I know that I said that this webinar should be for new people. But don't worry about it. Just know that we do have follow-up messages attached to your funnels. And then when you go out and share your links to promote, your leads will come through and they get follow-up messages almost on a daily basis, certainly for the first week. As you can see here, we've got messages going out on your default capture pages for Network Solutions Pro related. These messages get sent immediately and then it goes out on a daily basis for the first week. And then in sort of every 2 or 3 days after that, gradually, sometimes 5 days or whatever, up to about 2 months worth of initial communication with your team. And your downline will get things like, we're trying to push your leads to get in touch with you, to communicate, to, where to find the important information, where to get set up. People will opt into all kinds of capture pages and not know, and they'll forget what they joined or what they subscribed to. So these messages are really designed to get in touch. So my advice is really 100% set up your profile. Make sure that your Facebook profile is set up. If you're not on Facebook, I would advise just at least set up a profile on Facebook. Upload your picture so people know how to get in touch with you. And also, check your emails. If you're putting in an email address that you don't check often, I would advise making sure that you do check your emails, because we're trying to encourage your leads to get in touch with you. We're also sending the link to the Facebook group, so your leads will at least have access to that. Hopefully they will join Network Solutions Pro first before they join the group, but I'm basically letting people in if they're not even members of Network Solutions Pro, but hopefully they know something about it. And I'm just trying to minimize spam in the group as well. So, I'm not really that happy about people who are not members getting into the group, but there's really no other way they can get into the group unless people are sharing out the link. But these emails do have the Facebook group link in them in some cases. So converted, I'm going to add more to these. Converted just simply means when the leads come through your capture pages, and then they go through and then they actually end up joining Network Solutions Pro under you, then they get added to this campaign. But it's just a welcome to Network Solutions Pro. I might add more stuff, like I'm thinking about adding a 7-day success plan, where people can get an email once every day for 7 days, just to get 100% set up with screenshots, nice HTML messages and stuff like that. And then we've added in FutureNet. As you can see, 35 messages going out for, as part of the FutureNet funnels. Dascoin, I need to add more of these, but I've got about 12 messages going out. Oh no, sorry, not 12 messages, sorry. Every day for the first week, but then I've got a couple of messages going out a little bit after that. I'm going to add some more. Yeah. Okay, anyway, so people were also asking me, that reminds me, where it has converted here, and also for your view leads area. I shouldn't be showing that actually, because I'm logged into my account. So there's private in there. So but basically with the view leads, that's all right. Where is it? Yeah. So in the view leads area, you've also got a tab called converted. And some people were asking me, they were getting confused. They were saying, like, I've got some members who have joined me and they can see them right down at the bottom here where it says view referrals. So they can see them in the view referrals area, but they're not seeing them in the view leads area. Why is that? And then the answer to that is because there are a couple of reasons. First reason is you might have shared out your direct link to your join page, or you might have shared out your direct link to a landing page, and they bypassed the capture page. Only leads that come through your capture page get added to your view leads area, which is right here. Okay. And if they come through and they join as a member, they'll get added to your converted tab. But if they bypass the capture page, they won't be added to your converted tab. They'll just go straight into your referrals area. The other reason that might happen is that in some cases, when somebody checks out and they see a capture page, remember, people just go out on the internet, they see stuff, they don't realize what they're doing, they opt in without without thinking about it too much. They think, oh, what's this? Just curious. They put in a junk email or an email that they never really check. But then when they go through and they think, oh, this looks really interesting, I might join this. So then when they decide to join, they use a different email address, something like, their personal email address, because they like what they see and they decided to join. So in that case, you might only have their throwaway email address, but they might use a different email address to actually join. So they're not connected. That's probably the reason why for that as well. So that's where it all is. That's how it all works. Let's talk about the pages. So what you've got in here is you've got a whole bunch of pages. And for free members, you get the published pages in this tab. So all the published pages that you see here, which is in the published pages tab, are kind of basically just simply Network Solutions Pro. And they're all for free members, and all paid members get access to this as well. And the great thing about these pages is that they're basically just showing value. Okay, so these are the pages I'm kind of suggesting to post onto Least Ad Space and a lot of those kind of sites. Also, if you're in FutureNet and you've gone into Future Ad Pro, which is all a part of FutureNet, you can use these pages, for example, on Future Ad Pro for advertising, because remember, a lot of people are already promoting their own business on these platforms, and they're not necessarily looking for another business opportunity. Just think about it on yourself. Are you really just, naturally out there looking for ads and looking, oh, which business can I join? Oh, I want to, maybe this one, maybe this one. They're not really thinking about it. They're trying to promote their own business. But if you've got free tools and stuff that a lot of people can get potentially interested in that might help their business, then they might see it. Oh, what's this? And they want to check that out and get involved. So I would, I personally recommend, sharing out some of these pages, or if you're a paid member, you'll get access to the upgraded options with some extra pages in there. And then, we've also got FutureNet pages, which is also, these are the same pages that are added into the FutureNet business setup area there. So they got those there. And all these pages are attached to all those email follow-up series. We've got some generic stuff like travel, if you're in a travel business. We had that in from before. Weight loss, if you're in a weight loss type business. Because remember, you can brand it with your own primary business. So, we've done that. But we don't have any particular email follow-up series for that, because we're not really working with weight loss businesses personally. So I don't have email follow-up series particularly for those. Then obviously the DAS coin stuff. The other option is you can go to the view thank you pages right here. And you can look at some of these pages. I'm sorry, the thumbnails don't look that good. They actually create automatically, so that's why they don't really look that good. But you can just click on the thumbnail and just view the page to see what it is. You can go to the published pages here. These are the thank you pages. These are the pages that the leads come to after the capture page, the following page. This page here, right here, is the default page, and it's branded to you. I sometimes share that out. If I'm talking with people on Facebook and I'm having a real conversation with them, I'm chatting in the chat on the messenger, I sometimes share this page out directly so they can come straight through because I'm already connected to them. I don't feel I need to convert them. They seem already convinced, and I can just, jump them straight on so they can see this, all the steps to brand. I've added this recently because, Network Solutions Pro is all about, the things that we've got in there. There's no point in hiding anything now. I know before, some people were saying, I'm not really interested in FutureNet, or I'm not really interested in DASCoin or whatever, but just understand from this point, we may as not just hide things from you guys. All members are going to see what we've got in Network Solutions Pro anyway. So once they come through the capture pages, let's get them straight in and get them set up properly under your branded link. I feel that this is going to really boost conversions hugely, and it really does. So that's that default landing page there. This is the home page, but it's branded to you. So if you click this link here, you can send people onto this page if you want. Just an option. I've got to go through some of these other pages and update things because things are changing all the time, and as you know, I've been adding stuff a lot recently, so I've just got to sort through. But if you want to do any of these pages, I would focus on this page for now, and then I'll look at some of the other pages and see what we can update and change. So anyway, guys, if you've got any questions, I'm just going to open up some question answer session now, and if you've got any questions, you can just post a chat, something I might have missed out or something you want me to talk about in more detail or something. I don't think there's anything I need to talk about. Obviously, I'm logged into a paid members account, so these steps look a bit different. For paid members, if you're a free member, you'll see a red button at the top of the panel, and you can optionally get more tools and stuff. But that's why I'm basically talking about the extra features that they get access to. They're kind of training to talk about, for example, how to use the page builder, how to create your own funnels, how to set up the communication tools and stuff. And we've also got an image creation suite as well to allow you to create images. But oh yeah, another thing I've added recently. Where is it? Members traffic reports. I've added a few extra reports in here. Top quality solo ad vendor, Udemy. I posted about that recently. That was the, that was Justin Clark. I know this guy. He's a great guy. This has given me some great traffic and some opt-ins as well, building my list. Okay. Anyway, so we've got a lot of training in here. We've got everything you need. You just go through the main steps, steps 1, 2, and 3 in the dashboard. And then on step 4, you can think about traffic. We've also got the training for all members can get access to the members traffic reports in here. So you can generate traffic. And just know that once you get leads onto your funnels, the system really does a lot of talking for you. But one thing I will advise people is, people ask me, should I be sending out private personal messages to people welcoming them? Or can I just rely on the autoresponder? So, basically the more you do, the better. If you've got time and you can do it and you can get ahead of it, just go ahead and just send out messages to the people who come through your funnels. But certainly, send a message to people who are coming through as a member. But again, it's up to you. The autoresponders only go a certain way. People know, a lot of people already know that they're autoresponder messages. Some people don't. Some people really feel grateful to get that autoresponder message that's personalized to them. But some people just know it's an autoresponder and they just ignore it or whatever. You can't help that. But I know that people will love you if you send out a personal message offering to help. I even sometimes use a little tool, and I've said this before, on the browser add-on called Screencastify. it's called Screencastify. I've mentioned it before. You can just record a quick video just to help people get set up and stuff. And then you can immediately send it to your YouTube, save it on YouTube as a kind of unlisted, so people, other people can't see it because it's a private video message. Then copy the link and just send it out to someone in the email, letting them know that you care and it's a personal video message to them. That's what I sometimes do, just to help people. But if you go that extra mile, you get a really active team. As simple as that. So Eric was asking, maybe a future webinar on setting up solo ads, or a survey on different topic of interest. Yeah, absolutely, Eric. Definitely. I mean, anything that I use in the way of paid advertising, including solo ads, I just basically put into the members' traffic reports. I don't really have I don't really do anything other than what I put in there. If I find something good, I will put it into the traffic reports, and we can talk more about those individual solo ads that I've got in there, that I've already got in there. I don't know much. I don't test a huge amount of new stuff because I'm happy with a lot of the stuff that I use in there. So unless I can come across some other good stuff, that's why I'm trying to encourage more members to come forward. And as I've said here, all members have an opportunity to put in their favorite traffic source. And if the rule is, if the members have used the tools inside Network Solutions Pro and they're using the capture pages that we all have access to, and they've tracked everything and it shows great results, and they put together a simple video, then let's add it. And as a reward, to motivate more people to come forward and put in their traffic testing reports, you get to put your join link to the service. Okay, so you can get credit. It's kind of like a way of saying thank you. So yeah, please guys, if you've got a good idea, a traffic report and stuff, let's hear it, because I also love to hear about new stuff. And if somebody's got something good, I will definitely test it as well. So I'll go through your link and I'll test it under your link. And if you've got results, but I need to see key results. Don't just send me this is good and that's the end of it, and you haven't proven to me how good it is by using the tools inside Network Solutions Pro. You need to track it. You need to use the capture pages just to show that it's worked well. We've also got video training right here, guys. Video training. Go to that and learn how to track your links. Where is it? How to track your links. Right here. I added another email, another tutorial there. Should I send personal follow-up messages to my leads? I'm going to be adding to this more tutorials and guides. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna close up now. I'm starting to get a lot of messages from people, so I need to reply to those. But anyway, thanks a lot, guys, and hope that was useful. Definitely, we will do a webinar in the future about solo ads and stuff. Hopefully, some other people can come on to the webinar and do some talks as well, because I only know what I use, and I use them well, and I track them, as you can see in the report section. So if other people have some ideas, it'll help out a lot as well. Great stuff, guys. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next webinar. Bye for now. Cheers.